Hey, how are you? Good morning, good evening, good night. It's good to see you wherever you are. Welcome to the historic back porch at the palatial Hinds estate. I'm just out here hanging out. The kids are on the trampoline, the chickens are in the chicken coop. So if you hear some noise, it's probably one of those two things. All right, so as we continue along this journey, this is lesson 20 of your Media Tech e-learning lessons. And of course, how do we do this without you guys having cameras and editing equipment at home? That's right, we do this the Hinds Way. And you know what the Hinds Way is. Each day you'll have a warm-up, a short video like this, some notes in Google Classroom, and a short assignment to do. So we both know that you know the material. As always, I'm going to keep it short and sweet for you. That way you can get along with your day or your math homework or English, whatever you feel it's more important to do. Maybe you want to get your streaks in, TikTok, whatever you want to do, right? Minecraft, Fortnite, go take a walk, write your pen pal a letter, tell your mom you love her, whatever you guys do. I don't know. Whatever you do with your time. All right, Veronica Vaughn, let's hit it. This is lesson 20. Today we're going to talk about the history of broadcasting. Any idea when the first radio broadcast was? No? Any idea? Well, good thing I'm here to tell you. The first AM broadcast was on Christmas Eve, 1906, by Reginald Fissenden. That's right. The most famous man ever, Reginald Fissenden. He was in Massachusetts, and ships could hear him broadcast "O Holy Night" when he was playing it on his violin, and he also read a passage from the Bible. The first radio news program aired in Detroit in August of 1920, though. Radio was big. And of course it was, because everybody had a radio the way everybody's got a computer or a TV these days. So the very next big broadcast event occurred on radio. And it was in 1933. American Edwin Armstrong created FM radio, which had a higher fidelity, which basically means a better sound, than AM radio. And this was big. This is something you listen to today. Along the way, radio had some massive moments, especially in the late 1930s.
The back motors of the ship are just holding it just enough to keep it from... It bursts into flames. Get it started, It's fighting, and it's crashing terrible. Oh my, get out of the way, please.
A Zeppelin named the Hindenburg crashed in New Jersey and was made famous with this radio broadcast from 1937.
All the humanity and all the planets speeding around here.
We now return you to Carl Phillips at Grover's Mill.
And a radio program called The War of the Worlds created hysteria on Halloween of 1938. People didn't know if the broadcast was fiction and took it as fact that aliens were actually invading New Jersey.
Head on. Lord, they're turning into flames. Now the whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks of the automobiles, spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill. Evidently, there's some difficulty with our field transmission.
Freaking New Jersey.
Substantial gains, well known to all of you, have justified our course.
President Roosevelt helped America get through the Great Depression by using radio. His fireside chats are largely credited with helping America get through one of our toughest times in our history. And radio was king until that day that TV was invented. In fact, the first electronic TV was invented by a guy by the name of Philo Farnsworth, who was only 21 when he invented it. So that was huge. From there, things took off. In 1948, the NBC and CBS networks started. By 1953, ABC would start news broadcasts, and they were only 10 minutes long. In 1954, TV had its first major news star, a guy by the name of Edward R. Murrow.
The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves.
In fact, he had such respect that he helped end a communistic Red Scare started by Senator Joseph McCarthy. He did so by addressing the subject head-on. It's regarded as a major turning point in broadcast TV history. By the 1960s, TV was considered the most influential medium in American history. In 1963, Chet Huntley and David Brinkley started a 30-minute newscast on NBC. The 30-minute newscast ushered in what we now know as the modern-day nightly news.
Is the thundering testimonial of what hatred comes to.
NBC might have started the 30-minute newscast, but CBS had Walter Cronkite, and Cronkite was gospel when it came to the American people. If Walter Cronkite said it, you better believe it was true. He was also from Kansas City. It just proves that greatness comes from Kansas City. Walter Cronkite helped narrate and bring you, the American people, some of the biggest events in our nation's history.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
It seemed that the whole world stopped. This man set out on the adventure to escape from his own planet and to set foot on a distant one.
Houston, you're a go for landing, over. Roger, understand, go for landing. 30 feet, 2.5 down. We're drifting to the right a little. 30 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
We're home.
Man on the moon.
Boy.
Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute.
There he is. There's a foot coming down the step.
I'm at the foot of the ladder.
Armstrong is on the moon.
Yeah,
Neil
step off the limb
Armstrong,
now.
38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon on this July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Cronkite is still considered one of the all-time great TV anchors, and there's a reason for it. He helped invent the medium and turn it into what it is today. Now, we don't just have TV. We've got computers, we've got cell phones, and in fact, I can read stuff like this right now. From YouTube to Zoom to even your cell phone, we can now do in the palm of our hand what once took dozens of people to do on a broadcast. And that's right. It's really true. You can do in your hand what it used to take an entire network to do. One broadcast. All right, so let's get our assignment, right? Do your warm-up like we always do and do a stand-up. If you can't do a stand-up, type up your stand-up and send it in Google Classroom. But record your stand-up. Again, I want it to look good. I want it to sound good. Good composition. We've talked about this. All right, so your stand-up. What I want you to do, and I'm going to read it from the palm of my hand, is I want you to tell me what moment in broadcast history you feel is most important to you and send it in as your assignment, right? All right, now for your Hinds recommendation. What would it be like if you had 1 year to complete every grade from kindergarten to your senior year in high school? Pretty crazy, right? Well, my movie recommendation is an all-time Adam Sandler classic, Billy Madison.
He was born into privilege.
Oh, really, fool? Really?
And stood to inherit a fortune. But for 27-year-old Billy Madison, there's just one problem.
How could I hand over my company to someone who couldn't even get through school?
That's nice.
Give me one more chance. I'll prove I can take over. First grade through 12th grade, all over again. And then I get to take over Madison Hotels.
You're on.
And this, Jim, is exactly what I talked about. What if you had to go from kindergarten to your senior year in 1 year? Adam Sandler shows you exactly what it would be like.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
As for your song, I'm going with Coldplay. Why? This song, Clocks, has some fantastic lyrics. Because truly, it's a song about getting older. Listen to the lyrics. All right, with that, I'm out. And by the way, did I ever tell you that I've got my own bobblehead? I do. Look at this. Bobblehead Jerry. He was in San Francisco. I took him all across the world. There's him in San Francisco. I've got him in Rome. He was everywhere. Royal Stadium, everywhere. And with that, I'm out. Clean your room. Bye.